now, I say, beginning to get frustrated because he's beckoning to Mitchell to come in and have a fight. And that's the last thing Mitchell needs to do. He's got to ignore all that nonsense and don't get sucked into it.
Nice body shot there from Mitchell as well, just trying to get Prescott's hands down. I don't think Prescott's really landed a punch yet, has he?
No.
Here he goes now with a couple of rabbit punches. And Mitchell just marches him back into the ropes, showing that he won't be boss to in this fight, as referee Dave Parris has a...
I don't know what Parris is already warned them for, but pulling each other onto the punch, I think. But I'll try to read the signs.
The more Prescott misses, the more he's going to be trying, and that's when he's going to leave himself wide open for Kevin's counter punches, and it'll work to a treat if he keeps making him miss.
Not only that, he wears him out.
Yeah, Mitchell just makes him miss there. Good defensive boxing from Mitchell. He does get caught with the right hand, but it was as he was making his way backwards. And the punch didn't have too much power in it for that reason. Prescott wings away. Mitchell goes with a left hand to the body. There's big winging punches from Breidis Presscott. Fear of God into anyone. Mitchell's going to have to win this fight off the back foot, I think.
Good shot.
And Mitchell does catch him. His best punch of the fight.
Good left hook there by Mitchell.
A move from the crowd as Mitchell goes to the body again.
I think probably one each after that round.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget, Prescott was stalking and stalking and stalking. He's going forward all the time. And Mitchell was quite rightly on the defensive. Well, 2 rounds have gone. No harm done so far. But it's a tactical fight, obviously. And at the moment, Mitchell's tactics are absolutely right, just as David Hayes' tactics were right against Valuev, who was a very much bigger man. Although obviously we're talking a couple of inches here, or several inches here, with Prescott being taller than Mitchell, not nearly a foot taller, and certainly not 7 stone heavier.
Spot on though, it's the same kind of fight, isn't it? And the same kind of
tactics.
Wrist scenario.
And what's interesting is David Hay is here tonight at ringside, so he must be nodding approval as Mitchell takes evasive action.
We just saw the left hand there from Kevin Mitchell.
Now what? Perhaps has stopped the fight or something. I think somebody was standing up in Prescott's corner he didn't like.
Mitchell just in and out again. This is what he needs to do. He needs to keep his concentration for the full 12 rounds here. Yeah, that size difference though is so noticeable.
Prescott is desperately trying to cut off Mitchell's ring space, and he's throwing his arms out wide as if to say, come and fight me, come and fight me.
Well, we knew this was going to be the tactic from Mitchell. So far so good. He gets trapped on the ropes and has to duck out of the way. Prescott wails away to the body. Mitchell wrestles with him on the inside. Pushes him back into the ropes. The problem is for Mitchell, he can't really get close enough at the moment to get his punches off.
Well, Prescott would presumably start to slow down eventually.
One would have thought so. That's been the his last couple of fights. That's what's happened. Mitchell quite grateful that this is a...
I think Mitchell got caught with a body shot then. Prescott saw that and tried to jump on him.
Now
Well, Dave Parris is on Breidis Prescott's case. Not really sure what for at the moment.
Well, he's
good head movement
hitting Mitchell round the back, but Prescott was trying to tell Parris that he turned his back on him. I think Prescott's got a point. He did turn his back on him.
So the trouble is, if Mitchell does slow down, that's what happened against Carl Johansson. British title fight at the O2 Arena. Was that last year? Mitchell started that fight superbly. First 3 rounds he was all over Johansson. Outboxed him. And he just slowed down Kevin Mitchell. It's better from Mitchell. A good left jab. He's First that's really landed in the fight.
He does look mean, doesn't he, Mr. Prescott?
He certainly does.
Seems to be getting frustrated quite a lot as well. That's going to burn energy as well. Him getting frustrated, swinging all these big wild punches. Kevin, beautiful defensive boxing there by Kevin Mitchell.
He's good at just turning that shoulder, isn't he, Ryan?
Yeah. That's exactly what he was doing right, and that's what he needs to do with these big swing coming over.
What's wrong with Parry? I think
he says I think he said, if I can lip read right, when I say break.
You know, Paris seems to be wanting to get in this fight as much as the two fighters.
It's been marginal, hasn't it? That's better from Mitchell. The right hand. Back comes Prescott, though. It's a tough ask, isn't it, trying to beat a man with a height and reach advantage from the outside?
Well, yes, at the moment.
How do you have that one, Colin?
Well, I gave it to Mitchell because he landed the scoring punches, whereas Prescott was missing. Prescott was going forward all the time, swinging away, but missing.
Mitchell made him miss quite a lot in that round. I've got it 2 to Mitchell, 1 to Prescott. So it's a very, very close fight, but Mitchell's game plan is working.
Mitchell hasn't started yet. I mean, Mitchell's he's doing the right thing. I would think another couple of rounds maybe, and then Mitchell really then ought to start to go to work and take the fight to Prescott. If he's got to take this, he's got to draw the sting out of Prescott, and so far so good. It's been 3 rounds, and maybe Prescott's stamina will start to wane a little the longer this fight goes on, because he is a very, very big man for a lightweight.
There's a lot of body of Prescott's as well, so Kevin can work that body and hopefully tire him out even more when he's working the body.
Yeah, he's got that long torso, hasn't he?
Yeah.
As we get underway here in round 4. So far so good for Kevin Mitchell. I think he would have taken this kind of start if he'd been offered it. If everyone thinks that after 6 rounds he's really going to get into the fight. Oh.
I mean, he's defensively, he's boxing extremely well.
Is that Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he's making Prescott miss with those wild swings.
He's rolling brilliantly under Prescott's big wild punches. His head movement is fantastic at the minute.
That's been the problem in the past with Kevin Mitchell, maybe under Paul Cook and Johnny Eames.
Yeah, he's had head really stationary when he's been fighting. That's when he's caught a lot of shots and he's got into fights.
Mitchell just slowing down a little bit though in this round, and Prescott is wailing away. Mitchell covers up though. Jimmy Tibbs has got Mitchell in great shape, hasn't he? Would have had good sparring in the gym as well. Mitchell with a left hand to the body. The crowd like that. Prescott just told to keep his punches up.
Kevin needs to move just that bit more. He seems to be slowing down just a little touch. He needs to keep on his bike and making Prescott miss and counter his shots.
Almost as he said that, Ryan, he just sort of ran back, didn't he? Just got on his bike a bit more.
Yeah.
Prescott, he's crude, isn't he? Too many of these are getting through.
Crude, but very dangerous.
Yep. He's got quick hands too, hasn't he?
Very quick. You can see one punch could turn this completely around, and hopefully Kevin, keep good head movement again by Kevin. He needs to keep this up. Good left hook.
Good left hook from Mitchell on Prescott's head.
I'll tell you what, having seen a bit more of Prescott, he was a dangerous pick for Khan, wasn't he?
Very dangerous.
Well,
obviously
we didn't know that beforehand, but we.
No. But having
54 seconds late,
we knew about it.
I know it sounds a stupid thing to say, but having seen him tonight, even he just looks dangerous, doesn't he? And Khan should never have been anywhere near him.
That's a good head movement there in the corner by Kevin Mitchell again. That's what he needs to do, and then turn him and leave him and let the referee break it.
And the crowd appreciate what Kevin's doing.
And Mitchell, the first time on the front foot with a left hand. You probably hear the roar from the crowd as they roar again. And Mitchell's got to be careful not to get drawn in here, not to lose his head. The bell goes for the end of the fourth round.
Keep concentrating, that's all he's got to do.